Okay, can you guys hear me now? Any sound? If you guys still don't have sound, you can see me, you can't hear me. Hmm. Anybody hear me now? Can you guys hear me now? Okay. Julie says she can hear me. Can anybody else hear me now? Okay, so we got Julie and Pam. Can anybody else hear me or see me? Yvonne? Oh, we're in business now. Got 3 out of 13. I'm hearing something about an ad. You have to watch if you can't. Okay. Carrie's on. She can hear me. Alright. Alright. We're in business. If someone can't hear me, please let me know. But you guys should be, sounds like you guys should be good to go now. Okay. Is everyone excited and ready to get started now? Okay. Alright. So, first of all, welcome and congratulations. Doris still can't hear or see. Is there anything else that you guys did to be able to see or hear me? For those that can see me? Sorry if you can see me and hear me. I'm trying to get everyone on the same page. Alright, well I'm going to get started. If for some reason you guys still can't get on, I will send an email out with a recap because there's also a few people that weren't able to make it. Okay, so again, I'll start over. So welcome to the Trail Warrior program and congratulations for being chosen. I'm excited about this year because I think I've got some awesome people on my team, so we can really meet our team counts, which is one of our big initiatives this year. So I'm excited, and we're launching some new trails. So we should all be super excited because we've almost got this full first year under our belt. So 2014 is going to be awesome. So get excited. So if you guys have the agenda in front of you, we'll go through the introduction. As you all know, I'm Angela. I work for Ragnar at their headquarters in Salt Lake City. I've been with them for about a year. Technically, my position is I'm called a market development manager, so my responsibility is to go out to all these markets and do just that, is just develop the markets. Obviously, as some of you know, by going to expos, working with running stores, running clubs, all that fun stuff. So that's me. That's probably all you need to know, so I don't bore you too much. So your role as a warrior. First and foremost, our initiative for 2014 is to make team counts for all of our races, which I think, again, with you guys on my team, I'm confident that we can make that happen in all of our markets. So I'm super excited. We're doing some new stuff. So again, first and foremost, that's our goal for this year as your role in a warrior. Let's see. I have notes here, so I apologize. I'm going to be reading off this. We're going to do this by promoting Ragnar in a positive light. Sometimes, if you aren't around this 24/7, some people just don't know how to represent the brand. But we'll teach you all of that, so don't be worried. I'm looking for warriors that are passionate about the brand, running, the community, and I'm pretty sure I found that in all of you, so super excited about it. So at Ragnar, our big initiative is to make life more awesome for our runners, for our volunteers. They try to do it for our staff, so but yeah, so I want to spread that onto our warrior program as well, and hopefully you guys have some fun while you're doing all this stuff, and that we're making life more awesome for you as well. The only different thing this year, about half of you guys are from last year, so this is something that's new this year that you'll probably enjoy. I'm going to incorporate an incentive program. So on top of everything that you're already going to get, which is your Solomon gear and your team, I'm going to be doing incentives. So for example, one week I might do maybe 2 weeks, I'm not sure yet, but I'll do somewhat, for example, I'm not sure if it's going to be exactly this, but I'll do the person to meet with the most running groups, or go to the most running stores, or pass out the most collateral. You'll receive some kind of a gift, whether it's Ragnar swag or something from Solomon or a gift card, something along those lines. So that's something I'm kind of excited about, so hopefully you guys will be somewhat excited about it too. So next on the agenda, your role, well, yeah, I guess we're still on. So how to promote, this is actually a big question we had from last year. We kind of, being our first year, we kind of just threw everyone into it, which is kind of the Ragnar way, which is both good and bad. I mean, you kind of just get thrown into it and learn as you go, but I'm trying to change that this year, which is why we're doing this training. It's only working for half the people, so I apologize. So how to promote Ragnar Trail. I know about half of you have probably done it. Half of you have actually been to a race, a trail race so far, even if you are or are not a warrior. So I would say the single most important thing about promoting is becoming familiar with your venue. So everyone that's on here from last year can probably test this. You're gonna, you're gonna get questions about everything about your venue. Whether it's the loops, how long they are, what kind of trails they are, registration periods, mileage, difficulty, camping, facilities. So some of that stuff, like the facilities, we may not know right away. Most likely it will be with in regards to a couple of venues should be the same as this year, which I can answer all of those questions for you hopefully. Um, so for example, like Tahoe, there are a few things that we didn't want, like the camping in the parking lot. That'll be different. Facilities will be a little bit different. So if you have questions about that stuff, like I said, some of the stuff is different for every venue. So please ask if you don't know. We're in the process of launching all of our races for 2014. So please, if you have questions on when those are launching, most of them actually should be launched except for McDowell and Bill Lake. Those haven't happened yet. So basically, if you guys are not familiar with it quite yet, which is okay, the trail race, it's a 120-mile relay. It's a team of 8. There's camping. There's no driving. There's a green, yellow, red loop. And if you're familiar with the road and not familiar with the trail, it's just green, yellow, red. So the first runner 1 goes out on green. They come back. The next runner goes out on 2. And so that's, like I said, the most important, the easiest thing you can do is just go on the website and become totally familiar with all the aspects, with the mileage. Just know how long the green, yellow, red loop is, because you will get those questions a lot. I'm putting together an FAQ page, as some of you know. We have some road ambassadors that are going to be doing a little bit of cross promoting, just so we can spread the word about Ragnar Trail to everyone. Also, something that's very important is, you guys should know by now, we are partnered with Salomon. So that is a huge partnership for us, and they've been really good to us. Obviously, you guys are getting all this gear because of Salomon. I apologize it's not coming for another couple of months, but I promise it's worth the wait. So just make sure when you're at these events and when you're at these training runs that you always have Salomon in the back of your head, because this wouldn't really be happening without them. So they're a huge, huge partner for us, and they've been great, and they've got awesome gear. Salomon is at all of our events, and they will be demoing shoes. So if you're at an expo and someone is asking questions, they want to know about it, you can let them know, hey, Salomon's going to be there. If you don't have trail running shoes, you can demo their shoes. And now we're implementing local stores, so they can actually buy shoes on site, typically for a discount, so you're aware. But again, Salomon, super important, so don't forget about it. I know it's easy to, but just don't forget about them. The next thing is, when you're at these events, we are trying to track how effective our Warrior program is, and me as a market development manager, I understand how important it is, and obviously I can only be in one place at once, so I can only be at one place at once, so you guys are the most important. So we need you to collect emails at every single event you're at, and I know that can be daunting, but it's super, super important. So the more emails you're collecting, the better it looks on our Warrior program, because if we can't measure how we're doing at these events, then sometimes it seems kind of pointless to our managers and our executives, because they want some solid numbers. So that's also something that's a little bit new for this year, is we're going to push a lot more. So just make sure you're collecting emails, and it can be kind of daunting, but if you're writing it down and putting it in an Excel file, or if you bring a computer with you, and then you can just automatically send it to me, and then we'll take it from there. It's also a good way to, and if you want to keep those emails, it's also a good way to, do a meeting and show people how to be a team captain, or give them information that they want to know about the trail series, or they don't know anything about Ragnar, which some of your venues will, especially you guys on the East Coast, will get a lot of questions. So you'll get a lot of questions about people that aren't as familiar with Ragnar as people on the West Coast necessarily. So running clubs. So last year we had this model where we would have our warriors try to just start their own running club, which turns out to be kind of difficult when when you don't already have something established. So the way to work with running clubs is to find a couple running clubs, and obviously you guys probably know they typically have running clubs already, or running training runs during the week. So if they do training runs every Wednesday or every Thursday or every other week, try to piggyback off that. But we don't want to just show up and start telling everyone about Ragnar Trail because it's not very ethical and they don't usually appreciate it. So just contact the running club. There's usually a president. I'm sure you guys are familiar with all this. So contact a running club, ask them if you can join their running club for, once a month or once every couple of months. And then just do a little talk before, just tell them who you are, say you're representing Ragnar Trail. If you have questions, let me know. You don't have to be super fast or anything. We're just, again, looking for people that are passionate about the brand and want to talk about it. So let's see. And then make sure you always have cards with you. That is something we're also getting. I'm working on getting all the marketing collateral for you guys and the posters and the banners and all that awesome stuff you all can't wait for. So make sure you have that all with you. I will have also generic business cards. So it's the Trail Warrior email address that will actually come to me. So again, I will have all that stuff in a couple of weeks for you guys, some sooner than others, based on your markets. Running stores, those kind of work the same way as running clubs in a way. They also typically have a weekly run, and we also can piggyback off that. Here in Salt Lake, we have some running stores that we just, for some reason, aren't crazy about us, which you're going to have those in every market. So you may not know about some of them, but again, contact the running store, usually a store manager, and just ask them if you can, join their training run. You want to talk a little bit about the trail series. You don't have to be overly obnoxious, and I mean, it's not a problem, but there's a difference between being passionate about it and being obnoxious. So just call the manager, ask them if you can join the training run, and or drop off some cards at each store. I know that's on your warrior responsibility sheet. So yeah, just ask them if you can drop off cards. Typically they'll put them by the register. And if they're really nice and they really like Ragnar and they want to help us activate, an awesome thing is to have them put their stuff our cards in all of their bags, which is awesome. And then depending on their amount of activation, we can also get a discount for them as well. But I would see where they're at before you offer the discount, because they'll be like, oh yeah, give me a discount, and they're not going to really help us at all. So just kind of feel that out first. But for example, in Tahoe last year, we worked with Sports Basement, and one of our warriors, Carrie, she kind of introduced us to that relationship, and they want to work with us again this year, and they've been really, really awesome with activating and want to hold 101 sessions and training runs and all kinds of good stuff. So if you do have running stores like that, please put me in contact with them. CrossFit gyms. I know this is a question that I got from quite a few of you about the responsibilities. So the CrossFit gyms originally came from our director of trails, who is an avid CrossFitter. I will limit telling you my opinion on CrossFit gyms, but I know they're really hard. Sometimes they're really hard to kind of get in their click. I hope I don't offend anyone by talking about CrossFit gyms, but I know it's kind of hard. So if you go in and say, hey, I'm with Ragnar Trail and I want to give you guys a discount and sign you up, it's typically not going to work. So instead of CrossFit gyms, you can do regular gyms. You can do, TRX or Pilates or yoga studios or, something that seems relevant that would work. Absolutely, that's not a problem. You can replace that with a CrossFit gym. Because like I said, if you go to CrossFit all the time, great. But typically, if you're not already a member, they have a hard time letting you in, especially if you're trying to promote something like Ragnar Trail. So I hope I answered all the questions with that, because I know some people are kind of a little weary about that. Um, let's see. And then the Solomon specific marketing. So it kind of shows you specifics on the responsibilities page, but it kind of doesn't at the same time. Um, so basically, we want to promote Solomon anytime we're promoting Ragnar Trail. Um, we have been able to get some Solomon pros to lead our training runs, which is awesome because I mean I'm a runner, but I hate leading training runs because I don't feel like you don't have to be super fast to do training runs, but it's nicer when you have a professional runner do it instead. So that is kind of incentive for you guys to let me know in advance when you plan on doing training runs. So with that, I can, as long as I know, try to give me 6 weeks in advance. In most of the markets you guys are in, there are local Solomon athletes, or sometimes we might just have, if there's a Solomon store close or a big Solomon retailer, there are athletes that travel to those markets all the time as well, and we also have Solomon reps that can also show up. So again, Solomon is a huge part of the Ragnar Trail series. So again, to some of you, I asked to get your tentative schedules, which I got from all of you that I've asked of so far. So thank you for that. But again, just keep that in mind. If you know want to blow it out of the water, which in most cases, in actually all the cases that we've had about 6 weeks in advance, like I said, we've been able to get a Solomon athlete or a rep out there, and it's been an awesome, awesome turnout. So just keep that in mind. Um, so I think that is pretty much all I've got. The most important thing is, like I said, we try to make life more awesome for everyone. So I want you guys to enjoy it. Um, I was speaking to someone another warrior that I'm adding today, and she's like, I work a lot and I'm a student and I just want to make sure I have enough time for it. I know the list may seem daunting and it might seem like there's a lot on there, but if you think about it, besides Joe, I'm not sure if you can hear me yet, and who's marketing for Zion, you guys have a lot of time. So don't feel stressed out and like you need to do all this in the first month. Realistically, it's the or it's the end of early registration and regular registration. Um, so don't feel like you need to do all of this before the end of the year. We actually don't want you to do it before the end of the year. So pay attention to registration periods, and I can give you guys a little bit more information about that or questions that you have. Um, so yeah, I want you guys to have fun and enjoy it. I know some of my emails probably seemed kind of intense and strict, maybe. Hopefully not too strict, but I enjoy my job and I love working for Ragnar and I love working for the Trail series and it's super fun and you basically get out what you put into it. I think some of the alumni warriors, I'll call you that now. Some of the alumni warriors can probably attest to that. So it's a lot of fun and like I said, you get what you get out what you put into it. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy it and have some fun. What kind of, let's see, so we still got 11 of these, so that's pretty good. What kind of questions do you guys have, if any? Any questions? Let's see. Alright, well if you guys don't have questions or you think of other questions later, please feel free to email me. I have two priorities right now, and one of them is getting the warriors I've got in the markets we're launching, getting you guys up to speed and making sure you're comfortable. I'll be out there in quite a few of your markets in the next 3 months, so hopefully I'll get a chance to meet all of you. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, please email me.